I can talk about my horrific flight experience this weekend.
Oh, with all the shutdowns?
Yeah. First of all, got to the airport just, like, profusely thanking every TSA agent that I saw. I was like, "Thank you for being
Oh.
here. Thank you for being here."
Wait,
Got
because
a
they're not getting paid, is that
No,
right?
they're not getting paid. They're showing up for work and not getting a damn paycheck.
They will get paid, it's just later.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Getting paid later doesn't put a Thanksgiving turkey on your table.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what happened?
I was flying from Indianapolis to Atlanta and back. Was supposed to fly down Saturday, fly back Sunday. We're halfway to Atlanta, and the pilot's like, "Oh, there's some weather. We need fuel. We're gonna have to touch down in Huntsville, Alabama," where we proceeded to sit on the tarmac for 5 hours. It
My
was like
god.
the episode of 30 Rock where Liz Lemon is dating the pilot played by Matt Damon, and all hell breaks loose on the plane. That scene just kept replaying in my head on repeat, but actually everyone was, like, so well behaved, so calm.
Wait, is 5 hours an exaggeration?
No, it's not an
You mean to tell
exaggeration. It
me
was a full 5 hours.
what did you do?
Well, thanks for asking. I made friends with the people sitting next to me. So, shout out Jill and Katrina. Turns out, get this, there was a entire conference of middle school teachers that had just wrapped up in
Oh.
Indianapolis, and everyone was trying to get back home. And for context, I am in grad school right now with hopes to become a middle school counselor. And so I got all these book recommendations, podcast recommendations. The woman sitting next to me was actually the middle school teacher of the year in the US. So I was like,
Wow.
this is incredible. Like, of all the people to be stuck on a plane next to for 5 hours,
You guys have a group
I
chat going?
we do, because Jill is a
Really?
professor at Butler and she
Is it
was trying to
called
get to
5-hour
Argentina.
delay?
We were group texting all weekend with like, "Did you make it to Argentina?"
That's
It's cute.
such a cute silver lining.
Yeah, and people were just so hungry. The fruit snacks, the Halloween fruit snacks that everyone gave me hell for, well, guess what I had with me on the plane?
300 packets.
Did you pass them around?
I passed out some fruit snacks, I made some friends. Hi, I'm Dev, the oldest.
I'm Trey, the middle child.
And I'm Nick, the youngest.
Mutt, like, boys.
Like or like?
Oh, he's already interrupting.
Trey, why don't you give a little preview of the guests, plural, that we have joining?
Well, actually, first of all, I need to preference this by saying we say auntie, but is that like a normal thing everyone else?
Wait, hold on. Did you say you're gonna preface this or preference this? Because I think you said you're gonna
Preface.
preference this. Okay.
I said
Are
preface.
you sure?
Did I? Well, we
I
can
heard
go back
preface.
and listen to the recording.
Okay.
It's on the
Start
tape.
over. Start over.
We'll preface this in saying we say auntie, like Auntie Catherine, but I think a lot of people give me shit for that because they're like, it's either auntie or aunt. I feel like we've always kind of been the outliers in that sense in how we pronounce auntie.
I
Yeah.
think culturally and regionally it's different actually.
It's also, I feel like, a New England thing for
Maybe.
auntie.
But there's a lot of people I know from New England who just say aunt too. It's kind of a
Yeah.
split how it gets pronounced there, which is
Well,
where we're
for our
originally from.
guests, we have Auntie Catherine and Uncle Brian.
My godmother.
Your godmother, the best people in the entire world. I emailed them to ask, give me a little bit of background. So they're both born in the 1960s, and I was like doing a little bit of Googling, and I was like, what was happening before they were born? Segregation and discrimination was still legal. The Beatles had not hit American radio. The Vietnam War had not started. America's involvement had not gotten to that point. And MLK Jr. was still prepping for his I Have a Dream speech. So
Who was
basically,
president?
JFK. He got assassinated, I think, like less than a year after Auntie Catherine was born. But essentially, they've seen some shit through the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. But they have a lot of knowledge. When I asked them what was a notable lifetime achievement or a goal they've lived through, they really didn't say much about themselves or the fact that, Uncle Brian was a shark in Wall Street during the 1980s and the 1990s, or how Auntie Catherine was a corporate bombshell working in New York at McCann Agency, like on L'Oreal's account. But no, Uncle Brian said the coolest thing that he's ever lived through is watching how our family has evolved from having little kids to them now having lives of their own. And Auntie Catherine said, my goal is to make the people I love feel loved. That brings me the most joy in my life. That's just really a testament to how dedicated they are. I think their love knows no boundaries. I've seen them do it to my friends, and they are the most welcoming and special people in my life. And anyone that has a chance to meet them knows how just fucking awesome they are. I don't
Yeah.
look at them as a 65-year-old. It's like they're just kind of my best friends. And I had such a pleasure and opportunity to go and celebrate the holidays when I was living in New York with them. So I'm really excited, obviously, to have them on as our guests, but I am doing the intro. So,
I love that.
Can't wait.
And they are coming on today to talk about hosting.
yeah, in the spirit
Holiday
of
hosting.
Thanksgiving and the holidays at large coming up.
A special gobble gobble episode today. We're
And
going
I'm
to teach you how to be the perfect host.
Devin, I'm going to
Mm.
also give you a quick shout out. I'm in the beginning stages of planning for my Thanksgiving feast, and the amount of sweaty palms and anxiety I have had, I don't think I truly realized how much prep it is. Like I'm spiraling. I'm genuinely spiraling. And Graham, my boyfriend, was like, I was talking about it and how stressed I was, and he was like, I bet Devin just like is a machine in the kitchen, has it all down to a science. And I was like, she does. She absolutely does. Everything is written on a note card. She knows exactly what to buy, what time to throw it in the oven. And I don't have any of
Yep.
that.
But that
You've
okay,
never done this?
that was
No.
that took years of refining to get it to
Ugh.
that point, right? I have a TikTok of the minute by minute breakdown of what needs to happen when in order to get everything on the table. No,
TikTok?
sorry. Not TikTok as like the app TikTok. Like a TikTok plan, which is corporate speak for like every minute
Oh,
what is happening in 10-minute increments like the day before or the
wow.
day of.
You've got like a Gantt chart or something.
Yeah, it's like a show flow of like the
To
timeline for
run a
everything.
show.
That took years. Okay.
Ugh,
I mean,
well,
okay,
send it to me.
I've done it for like 10 years now, and I invite like 20 people over, and it's absolute chaos every year, and I have a panic attack and a meltdown and everything. But do I ever create a TikTok plan? No. I don't know
Just
how to
take
do that.
mine. I will just give it to you. Like,
Please send me, yeah.
ask and you shall receive.
Anyway, we can jump into your topic.
Yeah, we gotta rush through my topics so that Auntie Catherine and Uncle Brian
Yeah.
can join because they're the real stars of the show here. But briefly, my topic for this week is gratitude practices. So, this was something growing up that our mom every night would write in a gratitude journal, and I thought it was the most woo woo thing that I had ever heard.
She still does it.
She still does, correct. This is like a decades long practice. Every night she writes what she's grateful for. And I just thought that's the corniest shit I've ever heard. And this is me, teenage me. And then fast forward to 20 plus years later, and I had a career coach who had recommended, why don't you get a jar and post-it notes and every day just write a couple things you're grateful for and put it in the jar. And I will say I've done that now consistently for almost 3 years, and it has changed the way my brain works.
How big's your
And
jar?
I think it is what? It's a
How
jar,
big's your
right?
jar?
No, it's no,
How
it's
big's that jar?
there is
Show the
science,
jar.
okay, and that's what I'm gonna walk you through is, like, there's actually science behind this. So, of course, what I'm quoting from here, I'm gonna put in the show notes. This is a 2016 study called The Effects of Gratitude Expression on Neural Activity. So, in this study, researchers had participants keep a gratitude journal for 3 weeks. And then after those 3 weeks, everyone underwent brain scans. And the results were basically people who'd been keeping the gratitude journal showed greater activation in the ventromedial prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the
Whoa.
brain that is deeply involved in reward, motivation, and value based decision making. So, like, breaking that down, basically, their brains were responding more strongly to acts of giving and kindness than before. And the researchers described this as an increase in pure altruism responses, meaning their sense of reward came more from helping others than from personal gain. So, I spend 60 seconds a day on this now. And what the study actually suggests is that gratitude can train your brain to find more joy and fulfillment in generosity and connection and reshape how you evaluate what feels good. So, writing down things that you appreciate may actually rewire your brain to crave kindness and see value in things that go beyond yourself. That study, I just was Googling that this week to be like, I know there's some science behind this, but I want to understand and be able to explain what it is. But I would say that in a nutshell describes what I have experienced for the last several years of doing this is I notice that my instinct now, whereas previously I was a pretty neurotic person that focused first on the negative, way more often I am able to quickly pivot and focus on the positive. And I attribute it to my gratitude jar. So maybe it's a little woo woo still, but there's also some brain scan science behind it. And I
I
think
mean,
everyone should do it.
that
Gratitude is
was
not only month of November.
Yeah.
that was also like in the 90s and early 2000s when like talking about going to therapy was also woo woo. You know, it's like I think now things have come into full
My,
form.
Speaking of that, my therapist told me that I'm gonna misquote this, but she's basically said when you're appreciating something or you're in gratitude, it's like impossible to feel anxious or fear or like it's basically like the opposite of motion.
Yeah.
I've been keeping, well, Devin, you got me that journal like 2.5 years ago, and so I've been probably doing a gratitude journal for about that long. I've noticed sometimes like if I have a very busy day or it's like the times that I don't actually really want to do it and it's like, oh my God, okay, just write it down. I always try to do 3 things I'm grateful for, but sometimes it's like it's the simple things. It's like I was grateful for literally just taking my dog on a walk, or like I'm grateful for, like literally going out
Yeah.
and watering my plants and having a moment to myself in my own yard. And it's like the things that you don't think of in the moment, but you can note and recognize later when you're thinking throughout the course of your day, which is really nice.
Yeah. Because again and again, what comes up in mine are little everyday things that I otherwise know I would take for granted. But if I'm pausing even for 60 seconds and thinking, okay, when did I feel the most contented today? It's usually in those moments. It's like reading to my kid before bed or walking to the bus stop or taking an hour for myself to do Pilates. It's like the kind of mundane things almost that I end up realizing that I get the most fulfillment from.
Yep.
What's your practice? What do you do this before you go to bed
Mhm.
or in the morning? Yeah.
Yeah. I do before I go to bed, I just write it on a Post-it note and put it in a jar. And I'm on jar 2 now. They're large.
And like what's post
Where's
practice?
the
Is it like a fold way? Is it a 4-way fold? Is it a crumple?
It's a
is
four-way
it
fold.
origami?
It's not an origami, it's a four-way fold.
Do you make a tiny crane for each
For
one?
years for years, Ryan's been like, "What are you doing over there?" He's like, "Are you writing another love note to me?" I'm like, "No, these are not love
Do you
notes."
do you ever go back and look at them?
Only when I outgrew the jar and I had to get a new jar, and then I was curious because like that now I get a little superstitious about like, well, I can't throw them out, so I just have like so many. So I did look at some of them, and what struck me though is that they're filled with the little things. Like nothing on there is like material object. Nothing on there is any grand achievement. And the last thing I'll say on it is you can't just be thinking, "Oh, I'm grateful for that." Like actually writing it down, the act of writing it down, it makes a difference. Okay, I feel like we should let Auntie Catherine and Uncle Brian join now. Hi guys.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love you guys so much.
Yeah, we really
We
do
love
love you guys.
you. We're so glad you're here.
I'm glad I'm here too.
Can you hear me also?
No one cares.
I just don't know if it's picking up this
Yeah.
mic or if it's picking up Kathy's mic.
Okay, Uncle Brian, say something.
I did say something.
That feels a little bit louder to
It
me.
feels better.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
We'll fix it in post.
He doesn't really know anything about hosting anyway.
there you go.
I would just like to thank you guys as our #1 supporters and listeners of this podcast. We appreciate you
got
it.
guys
There you go.
being here.
I get
Yes.
so excited and I feel like I don't know. I just get this feeling
Really
of
love
love every time I watch it. I'm like, oh my God, I love them so much.
I got a tattoo. See?
You do not.
It just says must love buh. I can afford the OYS.
Stop.
Well, we know that you came with notes and an entire doc because the planner and the host that you are.
I
So
can't help myself.
Well,
the
okay, also, she came prepared because we were talking about wanting to do something like getting into the holiday spirit a little bit. I was thinking about Thanksgiving hosting, and when I think about hosting, I think about Auntie Catherine and Uncle Brian because they are hands down the best hosts that I have ever experienced, and I mean, I invite myself to a lot of places, but I have to say I feel the most at home when I'm at
Aw,
y'all.
I love
So,
that. Thank
Thank you.
you.
That's
yeah,
very
I
kind.
wanted you to
That's
just
what
come
it's
on
all
and
about. So,
yeah,
see? I want everyone to
yeah,
feel at home. Yeah.
exactly. But just like sharing a little bit about how you make that magic happen, I think would be great.
Well, so I think the best advice I could give you is to prep, prep, prep. So I have this old-fashioned, like a marble notebook you had when you were kids. Do you know what those? You might be too young to remember those, but
oh,
I
the
have
No,
the
I
one.
remember.
composition notebooks.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh. So I
Yeah.
have one of those. I have one for like probably the past 10 years, and I have one prior to that for another 10 years, and I saved them. So I have like, 'cause I'm so OCD, I can't help myself. But I just like if it's Thanksgiving, I'll write down Thanksgiving and I'll write my guest list and then like a Y or an N next to it, so who's coming and who's not. And then I next page is like a prep, like 3 appetizers and a salad and just ideas of what I want to make and a main dish, usually lasagna if it's not Thanksgiving because that's the easiest. And then just see if anybody on your list has any kind of dietary issues and then research what that might entail and have an extra dish for that. Because one time somebody brought a friend and I didn't know that she was gluten free and I had nothing in
You
my
didn't
house to
have
feed
to.
her. I don't know who would do that, but somebody did.
I don't know who
So
It
did that,
Kat,
wasn't me
honestly.
for the record.
It was
Was
not
it me?
you. It was Trey. No, it was Trey and it was your
Oh.
friend Margaret. Do you remember that?
Yeah, Auntie Catherine couldn't stop talking. She was like, "You didn't tell me she was gluten free and vegetarian." And I was like, "She can eat a carrot."
I felt so bad. I had like this big spread of food and this girl eating a carrot.
Gluten
ju-
free and
Yeah,
vegetarian? That's a lot. You got to tell.
I agree. Pick one.
So just make sure you know what your guests like, if they have any issues or allergies or anything. And then, like a dessert's easy, right? You can just either make something ahead of time and freeze it, a pie or cookies, or you could buy a dessert. Like,
Kathy makes 21
Do
different kinds of cookies for Christmas.
not anymore.
21?
21
Well, not
different.
really. It doesn't have
But
to be 21.
Wow.
Just
It's
yeah,
up
but
there though.
also
Yeah.
a lot.
So right after Thanksgiving is put away, Kathy goes into Christmas mode, and it's like the Tasmanian devil.
I
It's just
love
like all over the
Christmas.
place, and it doesn't stop with food and things. Whether it's an ornament that she, hand does with everybody's name on it, whether it's a little snowman or whatever it is, she just makes sure that everybody feels that this is like their holiday, right? There's always some game, some kind of activity.
But I think that makes it, so if you have an activity, it's an icebreaker, right? So if you put like little trivia cards on each plate setting and then it starts a conversation, just something to like make people open up and be together and forget that they're there and forget that you're hosting and forget that.
They
So
drove
it's like a
3
little
hours to get
distraction to everybody. So if the host steps away to do something, you don't really notice that they're gone.
Do you consider yourself like a very organized person?
I am a little organized, yeah.
Yeah. Were you always that way?
And I've always been that way. I don't ever remember
Yeah.
not being that way. I think it was because when you grow up in like a chaotic household, like
Yeah.
you just have to make sure everything's right. So that's kind of where
Yep.
I like it was a lot of chaos. So you just okay, I'm going to make sure I have all my ducks in a row and it's also OCD. And there's a lot of OCD in my family. A lot.
Same.
our family.
Our family, yeah.
Our family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just part of it. That helps. If I make a list, I can write everything down. I can check it twice and yeah.
And it was such a strange thing coming from where I came from because everything was just kind of thrown against the wall. It's like
Yeah.
what's stuck, and Kathy's always been so organized, and it's the fact that it gives her so much joy and warms her heart. I think that's evident in everybody that's there.
But I think that's what's important too. Like if you're having people at your house, you have to make sure that you enjoy yourself too, right? So make sure that the people that are there, you want them to be there because you love them, right? And they want to be there because they love you too. So they're going to enjoy you as much as you enjoy them. All the other stuff
I
doesn't
think
matter. Like
that's where I always like go wrong. Like I don't always
you
enjoy
don't invite
myself
people
when
that
I
you
have
like or
people
Because
love.
it
over. No. I invite people like I like all that. I just don't enjoy myself a lot of the times. I feel like I'm overworking or I'm like doing too much or I haven't
Yes.
prepped enough or
That's
like,
in my
it's
notes
probably
here. Look, it says right here. Do not overpromise or take on too much. Keep it simple.
okay.
And
That
it's
is a
true.
good
Like just know what
step.
you're capable of.
Yeah.
But it comes from a place too, from like, I want people to have a certain experience. And it all goes back to I remember being a kid and everybody would come on Christmas Day sometime. And my cousins would be there and it would be a house full of people and the adults would be drinking and smoking in one room. The kids would all be together in the other room. And that part of me, I brings me back to that every holiday. It's like I felt safe and secure with all my family around. And I didn't want them to leave or to ever end. And when I was
Mm,
having Christmases and stuff, I want everyone else to feel that way too in my house. I want them to feel like it's a safe place. I want it to feel like you never want it to end. I want it to be fun. I want it to be all those experiences. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes
Yeah.
people come and they don't have a good time, and then you know what? No,
Then that's on them.
it's not. That's true. That's note number 7 over here. If they're not there because they want to be there, then fuck them and have fun anyway. Like
Yeah.
yes.
you can't make everybody happy.
Do you think that it's a bit of trial and error or just like learning over time how you can host and not yourself get stressed out?
Yes. Yes.
Like what are
Definitely.
any tips on that of like being the host and not stressing?
Medication.
No, I think the best
Medication is what you said?
thing, just being
I thought you said
organized for me,
dedication.
no, that too. For me, being organized helps me. Like if I know what I have to prepare and I have it like in my little notebook, so I know from that list, I'll make a grocery shopping list and I'll go to get what I need from the grocery store. And then after that, like 2 or 3 days before, I'll time out like everything I have to do. Like I know, like if I'm making turkey, it has to go in an oven at a certain time. Like I just try and break it all down. It's like little categories of what needs to be done on that day.
That's what Dev says that she does.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, and
what-
I call it a TikTok plan of like it's just basically like a show flow of like timings, right?
Yeah.
But it took a lot of trial and error to get to that point.
And it does. I mean, the first time, when we first got married, I was terrible at it.
just don't let yourself get too crazed. I mean, and let people do stuff. Let people make mistakes unless it's something really expensive like your china that's 150 years old and two people have had too much to drink and
They're cleaning up.
cleaning things, dropping left and right. I mean,
This
yeah, I
feels
think it's
pointed.
no,
It is
no,
pointed.
it was pointed. I think she also has a flexible part of her that says, okay, this isn't going right, and knows when to cut it off. Start over. Let's go. Don't take yourself too seriously.
One of my favorite things is that Auntie Catherine and Uncle Brian, they do a white elephant gift swap, except they provide all of the gifts for everyone else. So
And they're
no one
wrapped.
brings, yeah, they're wrapped. It's perfect. And it's like
Right.
she just kind of sits back and knows exactly what everything is and just kind of has like a smirk on her face while everyone's like, this is like free candy, just like it's so good.
are they funny gifts or are they like
So it
normal
started
gifts?
out when I was a child again at my grandmother's house, and my aunt used to buy gifts for everybody at the table. And you would pick out of a
Yeah.
bag, and it would be like something silly, like a carton of cigarettes, or maybe a record album, like the Partridge Family, or something crazy. And I
Yeah.
remember getting a carton of cigarettes. I was probably maybe 10, and I was like, I want the record album. And my uncle was like, no, I'm not trading with you. I love this record album. I want like it's just silly stuff. And that's how it started. So my aunt would always do that. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do a grab bag. And I try to find it got harder over the years,
Yeah.
but I tried to find something that was meant for each person, and then whoever picked would have to swap with the person that was the gift was supposed to be for. And then it just evolved to just buying cheap gifts.
Yeah.
But
What did you do with the cigarettes?
they were camels with no filter.
At 10 years old. Smoke them up, Johnny.
Oh my God.
Smoke 'em up, John.
But the fact that that's just such a deep level of thoughtfulness, though, it's like you're not only having to host all these people, feed them, wine them, dine them, but then you're also going to the subset of that, and then you're buying them gifts to then have a gift swap is just like, it's the little things. And I think I don't realize it until now that I'm an adult and I'm trying to host. And I'm like, this is stressful.
You got to start early. So the gift buying starts in July, really. And it's like
Oh,
I try to
God.
find things that aren't more than like $5. Like I have a limit of what I'll spend on everybody.
Like $7. Yeah.
7 is my max. I don't want to spend a lot of money.
Well, I will tell you that I still wear the sriracha underwear that I got at your white elephant gift swap. So
Is it a lot of like TJ Maxx
Yes, a lot of
stuff?
TJ Maxx,
Yeah.
Home Goods, Amazon. Yeah.
And you
Yep.
gotta and you
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
adapt too with the times. Like when the kids were little, we used to fill these little triangle clear plastic bags that looked like carrots, and you used to put candy in them, right? And you'd throw them all around.
Oh, for Easter?
Yeah, there'd be like an Easter egg hunt, and then later on, those little things were filled with airplane bottles of alcohol. You know what I mean? Like we just, who knows if we did it today, what it would be filled with. But that's the kind of thing that makes it kind of fun is you tie an older memory to something newer, and it
Mm.
just, as Kathy says, creates this continuum of like this party's not ending.
I think what comes
Yeah.
through though is like how much y'all genuinely love doing that for people because you can't fake that, you know? I mean, it's
No, yeah, I
very
definitely enjoy it. I like having
yeah.
people in my home. It makes it feel like a home when people are there. I like having people.
I remember once when we were at y'all's house with my husband and kids, and a whole bunch of us were there, and there were all these shoes piled at the front door. And I remember Uncle Brian looking at the shoe pile and looking at me and being like, "Isn't this just great? Like everybody here, with the shoe." And I was like, "Oh, it was just such a heartwarming moment."
That's
Oh, I
And
would love
adorable.
to
I
have
try to remind myself of that, like when there's 65 shoes piled in my hallway and dirt and like leaves all scattered everywhere. I try to remember that it's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
blessing, right?
It doesn't last forever either. So, yes, you
Yeah.
have to enjoy it while you have it. I think that's the most important thing. Like, people pass and different things happen and people move
Right.
away, and you just have to make the most of what you have today. And if that's a holiday and you're hosting it, then just stop for a minute and don't get all so in the mess of it all and just be like, oh, wow, I'm so thankful and grateful that I have all these wonderful people with me. Because, I mean, shit happens, right? So
Right.
I just think that's something you have to really just stop for a moment when the turkey's in the oven and something's on fire on the stove and
I cooked a turducken on the grill one time and it's supposed to read like 165, and it's only supposed to take like 4 hours, right? So it's now 5 hours and the thing's still reading 135, and now it's like 6 hours. And finally I said, there's something wrong here. And I took the thermometer and I took another thermometer and it was like 215. And so like the big thing was like charcoal. And that was what everybody was supposed to eat for dinner. And I was just like, oh, are you kidding me? But it's good to have people around you that make you feel that you can laugh at yourself.
yeah, we
You
have a
know?
lot of those people.
Yeah. They'll make fun of you
A
and
lot
the
of
next.
people will tell you you don't know what you're doing.
That's right.
They laugh with you.
Yeah.
I also think it's just kind of a blessing that I love my family and I love spending time with my family. It's like I have friends that they don't necessarily feel the same way. And I do feel
Yeah.
going back to Devin's point was all about gratitude. And I feel like very grateful that I like spending time with
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's
guys, like that's really important.
Yeah. I love spending time with my family. I really do. More than anything else, I would rather be with my family. So to me, it's like, I love that. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
like every time we watch your podcast and that one part flashes where you're all like your heads are stacked and the other one where you've got that really funny face and we're just like, oh my God, these kids. They're just,
They're
they
not
just,
kids
no, I
anymore.
know, but it's just like you can just tell the love for each other and stuff. And that's not usual, I don't think. That, especially in three different time zones and three different, kind of demographics in terms of what's going on in your lives. So you guys are very fortunate to have whatever's been instilled in you or, whatever you built, because it's pretty amazing.
It is. It's really good to,
Mm.
makes us feel good.
We're really trying to capitalize on it now.
Good, good, good.
When did the shirts come out?
One more thing. I found this and
Yeah.
it's from some website called The Spice Girl. And I follow her and it says hosting is about connection, not perfection. At the end of the day, hosting isn't about impressing people, it's about bringing them together. Whether it's a casual get together or a fancy dinner party, what matters most is that your guests feel welcomed and at ease. So plan ahead, embrace the chaos, and most importantly, have fun. Because the best hosts aren't the ones with the fanciest table settings, they're the ones that make everyone feel at home. And that's what I think. It's
Mm.
so simple. It's not, but it is,
It's
right?
It's not simple, but you make it look easy.
yeah,
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
know.
easy.
Trey, you're gonna kill Thanksgiving this year. I
yeah.
know it. Put your list together. Start.
I appreciate that.
I would add my one hot tip on hosting is when you feel yourself start to boil over, just walk away. I mean, Trey probably knows this because he's been at my house for Thanksgivings before. I will just go outside and stand in the cold for 60 seconds without a coat on just to literally reset my nervous system. So, find creative ways to do that. Like take yourself offline for, 2 minutes, and that can help when you're starting to feel overwhelmed.
Take your shoes off and go outside barefoot and touch the earth.
Yeah, that
That's
helps
what you're
too.
supposed to do.
Grounding, yeah.
Yeah.
Ground yourself.
Yep. And guess what? Families, we love them, but they do know how to push our buttons. So there's always something that someone will do just to make you lose your shit.
Yeah. I'll report back on how I do for Thanksgiving.
Make sure you take the giblets and the neck out of the turkey before you put it in the oven, okay?
Guys, I can't talk. I am freaking out about the giblets. Giblets?
Get what?
Dead man's tongues?
No, it's disgusting.
Good.
The whole cavity of the turkey is gross.
That's why you get married, to have someone else do that for you.
Yes.
I'm just like, unsubscribe. I can't do this part. Let me know when it's done.
And also assign people tasks. Like your father's going to be up bright and early in the morning. Get him in the gear to clean that turkey out. He'll do it.
You're right. You're
That'd
right.
be a
I'll
perfect thing
delegate.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Nick, you want to start us off with your game?
Yeah. Let's go, Nick.
Yeah, it's basically just like a guessing game. It's gonna be like which one of us did X.
Do we get prizes?
You get prizes.
Okay, good.
There'll be a big hosting prize at the end.
Okay.
Okay. Which sibling has the most stitches?
Ooh, I'm going to say Nick.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think so.
bravo.
There you go.
Yeah. We don't have to do that backstory, but yeah, I ran into a bus when I was in middle school.
Wait, what is the number? Do you have your number of stitches?
Somewhere in the 30s, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Wow.
I mean, but Trey's got the
Yeah.
stitches in his tongue, which is
Oh,
not the
Yeah.
most number, but an interesting sidebar.
Wait, Dave, you don't have any stitches, do you?
Oh, I do.
Where are your stitches?
Childbirth.
oh,
Pregnancy. Yeah, I was
yeah.
thinking- I was thinking
Now, that's what I was thinking.
Oh,
but-
God. Next
No.
question.
Okay, who got lost in the Honey I Shrunk the Kids exhibit at Disney World?
Oh,
Which is just kind of an ironic scenario in general.
I know, right?
I say Nick.
Nick.
Yeah, it definitely was me. I was the youngest, and I was just walking around looking up at everything big and just had no idea where I was going. Okay, who thought boomsy was a swear word when they were younger?
Devin.
Devin. He was a goody two shoes.
What's it, Devin?
How would you say it, Dev?
I was like 3 years old or something.
Be like, oh, boomsy.
Yeah.
Bring that back.
Okay, who got in the most trouble and who got away with it the most?
Trey and Trey.
Yeah, I would say that.
Well, sorry, the
think
middle
so.
child has to, stand out some way.
Not bad trouble, just mischief.
Yeah, a decent amount.
Okay, which sibling wrapped a Christmas gift and put it under the tree for themselves?
Oh no, Devin. I think it's Devin. No.
It's
Oh.
Trey.
Once again,
That
the
was
middle
Trey.
child.
Oh.
You?
What did you buy yourself?
I bought myself a Nintendo DS, which was like $200, and I saved up for it. And then I thought my parents would be pissed that I bought it for myself. So I decided to wrap it up, put it under the tree, and I opened it up with. I should have won an Oscar for how good that acting was, because my mom and dad both looked at each other and they were like, "Was it you?" And they're like, "It wasn't me." And they're like, "Was it you?" And I was like, "Guys, this is the best gift ever." And I mean, I had them fooled. For it was in my mind,
You
it was
basically
like
were
at
like,
least
it was Santa.
Oh yeah, I was like, it was Santa. I was like, if
I
they
will-
know about it that I
I will
have it, they can't be
testify.
mad about it.
I feel like they were for a solid 20 minutes. They were stumped. Like you kept you kept it up for a while.
And I did a little too long.
That's
I
good.
had such sweaty palms because you told me you were doing it and I had to keep the secret.
Wait, how old were you?
Probably like 12, 13.
Where'd you get the money to buy one of those?
Lemonade stands.
Weren't you washing cars? You probably washed a lot of cars.
I loved washing a car. All right, let's go to unsolicited advice.
Advice.
Mm. Okay. My unsolicited advice is actually, this is a quote that I'm stealing from Adam Grant, the author. He said, "Traditions are just peer pressure from dead people." And I liked that because I think If you
My
want to start a
God.
new holiday tradition, start a new holiday tradition. Or, if there's a tradition you've been keeping up because you feel obligated to, just don't. Like I read an article the other day that was talking about how this guy's family, nobody really likes traditional Thanksgiving foods, so they were going to start just doing like stone crabs and champagne, and that was going to be their
Yum.
their Thanksgiving. So, yeah, I'm all for that. Like just do what you like and don't feel obligated to hold up traditions if they don't bring you joy.
Love that.
Love. And I'm passing my unsolicited advice to you both. That's how much I love
Thank
you.
you. No, I love you too.
so much.
My unsolicited advice would be to trust yourself, believe in yourself, be honest with yourself, and don't let anyone put your little flame out. Just always be honest and true to yourself. Don't let anyone get under your skin.
Write that on a post-it.
Put it on a
Put it in
post-it.
your
Be true to
in
yourself,
your
yes.
yeah.
And honor
Mhm.
yourself. Yep. That's my advice.
That's good
Do you have
advice.
any advice?
My two unsolicited advices.
Two, one. You only get
I got
one.
one.
You
You can
just
get
said
two.
like 4.
Okay, make your bed first thing in the morning. That's what I would tell you to do. There's actually
It's
a
a
guy,
good one.
Admiral. He wrote a book called Make Your Bed. And it's the one thing you accomplish in the morning sets up your whole day. If you get up, make your bed.
Make it every day.
Solid.
Me too.
I'm learning.
What's your other one?
My other one is just don't avoid confrontation.
Mm,
It's like they say, if you're going to jump in a cold ocean and you say, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it in 2 hours, it's still going to be cold. So don't avoid it. Just do it. It's important to face things and not let them fester.
love that. That's great advice. We need to have y'all on more often. This whole section should be yours from now on.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, well, they
We're gonna
got
have a
decades of
Right.
knowledge.
Yeah, that's
Decades,
true.
because we're so old. Decades and decades.
We're gonna have a podcast called Must Love Hosting.
That's a
Love
perfect thing. I hope you all have the best Thanksgiving ever and enjoy every moment of it. All right. I love you guys
Guys,
so
Love you
much.
I
too.
love you.
We
Bye
love
again.
you guys. Thank you.
take care.
Peace out.
Bye, all.
We've been
Peace
saying
out.
peas out. Music by Moer. Editing and design by Trey House.